Hello, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, I'm Evelyn. If you haven't seen me before, welcome. I'm doing Olive's 21Q tag. I've seen Two Spirit do this one. I haven't watched the original yet. I will do after I've done all these questions because it's very, very interesting. It's more like witchy related, I suppose. Witchy, pagan, Wiccan, that kind of side of things. And on a side note, I have got the window open because it's very humid and hot, but there are people playing a game or something on the grass in front of the flat that I live in, so you might hear some things, but I just can't have the window closed because it's too hot. Okay. Right, let's get ready. It's 21 questions, so I'm going to try and keep this as short as I can. Have you ever written your own spells? Yes, I have, though very, very basic ones. And I've written some rituals for a group of people and for me and a friend. Within your path, what do you identify as? I've said this before in a tag. I wouldn't call myself a witch because I'm not, I don't dedicate enough time to it to call myself a witch, but I do witchy things. I follow the wheel of the year. Yeah, I'm thinking of how to get back into energy work, spell work. I don't like the word spell work, but I haven't really thought of an idea of like a word of what to call it otherwise. So yeah, I'm more eclectic, to be honest. I take little bits from this and little bits from that and mix it all together, and out comes me. Have you walked a different path? Well, I was raised in a Catholic environment. We didn't go to church, we didn't pray, but I did always go to Catholic schools. I did do my first communion, and I've talked about this in my Path to Tarot video that I will link to down below. What time of day calls out to your craft? I have always been more of an evening person. Not really good with mornings in general, really. So yeah, evening. What is your favourite incense or candle? Sandalwood. Oh, I love it. Sandalwood. What do you hoard at the moment? Tarot decks and tarot books, and yeah, tarot. Have you crossed over or had any contact with the dead? No, and let's keep it that way. I'm not interested. I don't want to know. I don't want to hear. I don't want to see anything. Thank you very much for being here, but no thanks. I don't want to go there. My future mother-in-law and my fiance and his sister, they all can see and hear things, and yeah, no, not for me. No thanks. I have heard something, I think, which was in my future in-law's previous home, and I didn't like it. So yeah, no. And that house was known to have spirits, but no one was really bothered about it because, you know, they've gone through worse or stronger yeah, more vivid and more there in your face, literally. And yeah, no. Name an interesting YouTube story you've come across. The Path to Tarot stories that I've been watching have been very, very interesting, and I'm thinking of two Spirit, and Mystical Haven. Those I really enjoyed watching, and I will link those down below as well. My favourite season. I've said this in a previous tag that I've done. I really like spring, where it's sort of like the everything's starting to come to life, and it's not as warm yet, but you can already walk around without your coat on, and I really like that. But then I was thinking I also like autumn for the same reason, really. It's usually like nice and warm. I'm thinking sort of late September, early October-ish. Yeah, when it's still quite warm, and yeah, just nice. I don't really enjoy summer all that much. Any advice? I've got my notes down below if you're wondering. Advice anyone facing criticism within or outside of your path. Stick to what you like, taking what people are saying, and see if you can, if that resonates with you. If it doesn't, just leave it. And I've had, when I was part of I keep calling it a witchy group. We called it a coven, but it wasn't really. It was online, and I had a couple of run-ins with one of the men in that group, and yeah, he kept challenging me on the things I was doing and saying I did it wrong. And I remember an incident when we talked about my rune stones. I had a bag with my rune stones, and I would like pull one out of the bag, and he went, "No, that's not how you do it. You're meant to throw your rune stones," and blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, this is how I'm doing. I'm doing like a daily draw of rune stones. No, and this whole discussion, and I was like, do you know what, mate? I'm doing it my way. So yeah, it's yeah. Take it in. Listen to what they have to say, and if you think like, oh yeah, maybe they've got a point, brilliant. If you think they don't, brilliant. Just go on with what you were doing. Yes. First YouTuber you binge watched. Now, I've been on YouTube for quite a number of years. But when it comes to like witchy stuff, I think it was Laura Deligan. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that right. Because she did a lot of tarot videos that I started watching before I even started studying tarot like proper. And I watched an awful lot of her videos. She has since moved on a bit more. And I now don't watch her every single video. But I still really enjoy watching her. Who do you currently watch? I've already mentioned Two Spirit. I've already mentioned Mystical Haven. I love Two of Owls. I love Tarot Alchemist. And there's loads more people that I watch. And if I haven't mentioned you, I'm sorry. But you know, I do watch you because I try to leave a comment on every video that I watch. And if not, I will always leave a like. So, I've been round. What are you reading? Right. Tarot-wise, I'm reading, finally, started in the Holistic Tarot by Benewell. But for fun, I'm reading Notes on a Banana by David Leite. I'm not quite sure how to pronounce it. It's a Portuguese name. And I didn't know, but he's a culinary author. But this story is got the tagline, Memoir of Love, Food and Mental Illness. And it's about his life and how he grew up in a Portuguese family, struggled with that as he left his quite Portuguese community in America. in the place where, like in the town where he grew up, and then he, like from a very early age, he started having panic attacks, yeah, then he along the way figured out that he's gay, and he struggles with that quite a bit, and yeah, the panic attacks starting to get worse and worse and worse, and it as I'm saying it, I know it sounds like, oh, I don't want to read that. That's, you know, that's not a very nice book to read. But he writes it with an awful lot of humour, and he describes it all very, very well, and I highly recommend people reading it. Show me your favourite mug. I've got it right here, but I think it's still too hot to drink. I've got 3. I've got this one, a purple one, no, 4. This one, a purple one, a red one with white dots, and a white one with butterflies, and they all hold about 300 mils, which is perfect. But I like this one especially because you can sort of cup the cup. It feels nice, and yeah, whenever I buy a new mug, I try it out first to see if it feels right. Yeah, mugs and tea make me very happy. This is Blood Orange and Cranberry by Twinings. It's not too hot to drink, which is good. To edit or not to edit, right? I don't normally edit these videos. I'll just carry on going, and that's it. But in a previous life, I used to do art journal videos. It's been like well over a year. I used to have another channel, Evelyn UK, but since I've gone full on tarot, I've abandoned that channel quite a bit. I still use it to watch non-tarot, non-witchy videos, so I keep those two things separate. But yeah, haven't done any art videos for a long time, and I really should make time for it again, because I really enjoyed it. But those I did edit and put music to it and all that, so yeah, a bit of both. Most informative book you've read so far, although I haven't finished it, I would still say Holistic Tarot, because I've not come across a book yet that is so chock full of information. What is your recording device being supported with? Do you mean like my tripod? Because it also, between brackets, show us. Well, I can't show you because you're on my tripod, so and I think we all know what that looks like. So yeah, a tripod. Tattoos, piercings, how many? I've got 2 earrings in this ear, just one in that. I used to have an earring right at the top, and no other piercings. I would like a tattoo, but I'm afraid of pain, and I am on blood thinners, so I don't know if that's going to be a good idea. Plus, I just can't decide on what I'd like, because once you put it on there, it's there forever. So yeah, I don't know. Do you have a support system to your craft/path outside of social media? No. Social media is it, and the tarot community on YouTube is absolutely fantastic, and I'm everyone is so nice. I know everyone says that, but it's true. Like everyone's so supportive, and you know, people come out with all kinds of videos, like loads of people are doing these tags, and we're all answering the same question, but everyone's got their own point of view on certain topics, and I learn so much from everyone. And sometimes when people like put out videos of their own and raise questions or discussions, start discussions, yeah, everyone's so open to discuss things and to talk about stuff, and you know, if you've got a question you can ask, and yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And of course you then see the same kind of people in Facebook groups and on Instagram, and Instagram challenges have been brilliant because they keep you going, and yeah, so I'm really enjoying it. And although it would be great if I had like a tarot buddy down the road, or like someone in my real life that I could talk about tarot with, yeah, social media isn't that bad, really. Yeah, I'm really enjoying it. And then it's promote yourself. Any accomplishments? I'm trying to think of any accomplishments other than setting up this tarot channel. Oh, and like years ago I set up a group for my witchy peeps, but that was years ago, and that has since fallen apart, and so I wouldn't really call that an accomplishment. And to promote myself, if you want to follow me on here, you can subscribe, that would be brilliant. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, that would be amazing too. I'm Evelyn Timeless on there as well. So yeah, that's it really. Create your own question and then tag people. Well, tag you're it, all of you, all of you watching if you want to. I'm still struggling very much with being in the tarot closet. The other day my in-laws were meant to, well, future in-laws were meant to come round, and I was starting to like panic because I know where everything was going to go. But yeah, they're very anti tarot and cards and everything like that, and so I was like, oh, I need to tidy everything up and make sure that I'm not leaving anything out. Like, ended up they didn't come around anyway, but yeah, I'm keeping this channel sort of, even though, you know, it's not that difficult to find me, but I'm keeping this channel secret from family. I'm keeping my Instagram secret from family, also from my family, because I think I know they would think of it as a bit childish, a bit sort of like they don't believe in that stuff. Like, they're very down-to-earth, practical people. Like, what are you doing with that? Why are you wasting your time? Why are you wasting your money? So yeah, I would like to hear from you if you're out of the broom closet or the tarot closet. How did you do it? How was the response to that? Are you completely out in the open, or are there certain people that you don't like to talk to, like to talk about tarot to, or witchcraft, or your paganism, or you being a Wiccan, or however you want to call it, or whatever you identify as. Yeah, so I'm very curious about that, to be honest. Yeah, I'd like to know. That was the 21 questions. I really enjoyed them. I will link all the people I mentioned and videos that I mentioned in the description box. And like I said, if you want to subscribe, please do. And I will see you again very, very soon. Bye.